Hey mom, today's bicycle ride across Chiang Mai reminded me of how much a city's design reflects the values of the people who built it. Today's task was to visit my fragrance lady. I needed to refill my cologne. But moving at a slower pace, I wasn't just getting from one side of town to the other. I was experiencing how this city has been shaped by history, culture, and philosophy. Chiang Mai wasn't designed around cars, highways, or the modern obsession with efficiency. At its heart is the old city, a square encircled by a moat and remnants of ancient walls. That structure wasn't just about defense. It was about creating a defined center, a place where spiritual, cultural, and social life converged. Within that square, temples anchored neighborhoods, and even today you can see how community life radiates outward from them. The winding alleys, or sois, developed not from a master plan, but from organic growth. Paths of necessity that connected markets, homes, and gathering places. They're human-scaled, intimate, and unpredictable. Then, over time, boulevards and wider roads were introduced to accommodate modern transportation and commerce. They represent growth, adaptation, and Chiang Mai's role as a global hub. But what's remarkable is that the old and new coexist. You can ride from a centuries-old temple to a modern coffee shop in just a few turns, weaving through a city that never fully gave up its organic roots. The architecture mirrors this layering of history. Golden spires of Buddhist temples rise above street markets and apartment blocks, reminding you that spiritual life is still central even in the midst of modernization. Wooden teak houses, designed to breathe in tropical heat, stand beside sleek new concrete buildings. Murals and street art bloom on blank walls, a modern expression of the same creativity that once carved intricate details into temple doors and rooftops. Philosophically, this city feels like a lesson in balance. Western cities often emphasize straight lines, grids, and efficiency. They're designed to minimize friction and maximize speed. But Chiang Mai, with its winding alleys and hidden corners, seems to emphasize experience over efficiency. It teaches you that not every path has to be direct. Sometimes the detour is where you find beauty. Sometimes getting lost is the only way to discover what's hidden. Biking today, I felt that lesson deeply. It put me in a rhythm with the city itself, slow enough to see the contrast between old teak houses and new concrete storefronts, flexible enough to stop when a splash of street art caught my eye, open enough to feel the shifting energy between a quiet alley and a bustling boulevard. Chiang Mai's urban planning isn't just a map of streets. It's a philosophy of life, a recognition that order and spontaneity, tradition and innovation can exist side by side. That efficiency isn't the only value worth designing for. That creativity flourishes when space is left unstructured and when people are invited to carve their own paths. So as I rode today, I wasn't just moving through a city. I was moving through a living lesson in coexistence, resilience, and balance. A reminder that life doesn't need to be perfectly straight or neatly efficient to be meaningful. Sometimes the winding alley reveals more than the main road ever could. I reflected on Chiang Mai's urban planning with the Koi fish, and that was it for my day. Okay, love you. Bye.